it makes you feel like Netrunner makes you feel in a very big way and different, but like it's in the same category of that game, but it also is just like so pleasant to look at the same time. It's not like the gritty kind of like we're like attacking each other kind of vibe. Like literally the worst thing in this game was a street parade. And has continued to be every time that we play. It's like that thing is the thing.
Like the street parade into the noodle bar.
Yeah, I was like, man, your street parade into noodle bar is the worst thing that I have ever encountered.
How funny is that?
That's crazy. All right, well, that was an awesome game. Let's run it back and take a look. 5 cards coming down the pike. We're going to use the action tokens. We're going to pay attention.
Mulligan 1.
I rip, rop, unravel when I time travel.
The beats that I battle?
My mind goes back to the beats that I battle. Okay, fine.
All right, before we get too far into this is Hubworld Aidalon. At the time of recording this, it is not even out yet.
Not even out.
This is from Earthborn Games, and it is their first competitive heads-up 1v1 game. And you win the game by finding 3 agents in your opponent's deck. So I'm on the right playing Marwa, who is my Seeker. And Steven, what's the name of your?
I'm on the left. I'm playing Captain Tal.
Yeah.
So this is the head of security and has some cool abilities with the network.
Marwa is the Queen of Thieves.
Yeah. So you're going to be stealing money. I'm going to be taking cards from the top of the network and sticking them in the archives, which is akin to like a mechanic where you're kind of like taking, not necessarily prison, but like arresting things and people and getting them out of the network and putting them in the archives to interrogate them further, et cetera. So it's like that kind of vibe.
In a very like humane way, probably.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, in Earthborn universe, it would probably be a very humane way.
A different look.
I think everyone can pretty much follow along as we go. We'll explain some things as we're getting into it. You can also see some other videos that are better at like strictly teaching the game. But we'll have 3 actions. We've got shards, which are the currency in the game, and we're going to be spending that to protect ourselves whenever our opponent's looking through our grid slots by delving. And then we're also going to be spinning them to get past their defenses to try to find those agents.
Yeah, and a couple notes. You'll see on the bottom left the kind of arrow-looking tokens. Those represent actions. So we each get 3 actions a turn or round, but we go back and forth on those actions. And then just to the right of that are our old school credit tokens from Netrunner, compatible with Netrunner.
Data tokens.
Data tokens, and those are the money in this game is called shards. So you can see Steven has 5 shards. Both of our characters start with 5 shards and 5 cards.
5 cards
in hand, and more shenanigans to follow.
Let's get into it, shall we? Also, we're only so good at the action tokens because you get lost in it.
Yeah, and you know one thing is important to note. So macro level of my deck, what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, what are you trying to do?
Is I'm the Queen of Thieves, of course, so I'm going to try to steal your money. But I'm essentially trying to trickily give you heat.
So give me a lot of heat, which means you see more cards when you come down the pipeline.
We'll show heat on the board with the red dice once we have it. But when you get somewhere, that's how many cards you get to see, basically, the amount of heat they have. So I'm trying to sneakily give you heat and then have big delves, which is like get to your deck, look at a bunch of cards all at once. And that's like between stealing shards and lots of cards being seen because of all this heat that stacks up. And I also want to have less heat than you.
Yeah. Right.
Generically speaking.
Which I think you'll have an easy time of doing because my plan is basically to do a couple of high impact delves to get a bunch of cards into your archives. And then I don't know the best plan from there. I have a lot of thoughts about this. It's like on the one hand, you can go try to find agents in the archives that you're basically getting for free once you see them in the archives. Or you could just use it as a mechanic that runs your opponent completely out of deck, at which point if they try to draw from an empty deck, they lose. So I think you'll see some tension in decision-making from me during this game. And we can talk about that when it goes. Let's hit it. I really could use one more.
All right. And there's a token up top, the blue token.
The first player.
Showing who's the first player. So I'll take the first action of the game. Important to note, you cannot delve on the first action of the first
action, and you get to do the good mulligan, so you get to set aside any number of cards and then shuffle them back in.
Sparks lots of joy in my heart when I see that is the mulligan rule.
All right, you're the first player, so you're going to stage a card here into your grid.
Now you'll see there, I wasn't quite sure where to put this card. I'm still not even sure.
Usually a good sign.
It was the right thing. But essentially, I didn't think this was a super important card, and I put it over. The leftmost column here represents my archives, which is my discard pile, and that's where it ended. But we'll see if that actually ends up being the right
And
call.
let's see.
I'm still not sure if it's the right call.
Meantime, I'm doing the same thing. I'm staging a card, but it's protecting my deck, which is the network.
Yeah,
so
that-
now you're going to look.
Instance before here.
Nope.
Yeah, so I'm delving as my second action, right on your deck. Very
So
aggressive.
I can forge the card, which I'm doing. So this is a 1-cost Barbican Gate. And now you're going to
The
encounter
barbecue.
it and see what happens.
Okay, game 2. Okay.
So I get to gain 2 because you don't have any cards to exhaust.
Yeah.
And then you pay 1 to get past the red barrier. You can optionally pay 3 to scrap it.
You're leaving it.
Yeah, once we get past it,
Love it.
I have fewer, so I'll steal 1.
Nice.
But now you've opted not to scrap it, and you're using your abilities.
Network itself.
So Marwa gets to steal a credit.
Res a Cortex data flipper.
You also have an instant window. You res that
Reach on a network.
data flipper, and then you immediately can exhaust it to steal another credit.
We'll get to your deck. I'll pay 1 to give you heat.
Love it.
And then you pay 1 to give me a heat, which means you can see 1 card off the top of my network, which is my deck. And now, let's talk about that.
All right, so this is actually, it's funny. It's my second action of the game, and there's
Yeah.
so many things going on here.
Yeah.
But basically, I took a delve action, which means I'm encountering, I choose a column.
Mm-hmm.
I go, and you'll see the little white dots there. It's just representing instant windows, little lightning bolts on the cards. One of the things I can do in instant windows is res that card that I resed. I also have the react. It's just a lot going on here.
There's a lot.
So if you're watching this, stick with it. It'll come together.
Uh-oh. He touched it.
Yeah, and so now you're looking at the card, and if this was an agent, you could pay the cost to steal it, to secure it,
And I need 3 of those to win.
and you need 3 of those to win.
That is good.
Pro play right there.
I like your account siphon deck.
Account siphon multi-access. With that.
Okay.
Stealing in this game is really good.
Roll anonymous tip and give you heat.
Oh, so there, your plan is that is such a high value delve. It is crazy. For 1 action, you ended up doing a whole lot of things.
Well, and I said at the top, like my goal is give you tricky heat and take your money.
Yep.
So my
You did them both.
my Marwa ability after I encounter a card, if it stays on the table, so you can scrap it, pay the scrap cost. But if it stays on the table, I can use my ability to take a thing. And then the card I had installed forged let me also steal 1.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had a card in my hand to give you a sneaky heat. So I did all of my things on the second action of the game.
You did it. And It's very good.
Yikes. Yeah.
I
You
basically
can
already
tell from my
won.
face that I'm stoked about it. All right, so we're going to stage another one there. That's protecting my hand. So the middle of the grid, if you get down there successfully, you get to look at my hand.
Which is called the council in this game.
And because I have 2 heat, that's going to be persistent. So from the rest of the game, you get to see 2 cards wherever it is that you go delve.
Deck, hand, or discard pile. You're just so confident with these plays.
Yeah.
I felt so uncertain the whole time I was playing.
All right, so then it's the end of my turn, and now there's kind of an instant exchange where we can forge stuff, use instant windows, etc.
So you can forge as an instant. If they have the icon on the left there, the shard icon, you can tap as an instant to get a shard.
Yep.
And then I'll take
And that's what I'm doing. So I'm resing that tack job
3.
and getting a credit from it. And then
And then I'll tap him to get
Holy
one.
smokereenies. We got an agent on the table.
Agent on the table. Watch out.
Oh my God.
and then we got an agent on the table.
Oh my God. We got to get him gone.
So, all right, I got to pause here for a second. So you got an agent on the table.
Got an agent on the table.
There's a few things I want to point out. Earlier, you referenced account siphon,
Yes.
and I would then reference multi-access. So these are all Netrunner terms. Netrunner, one of the greatest card games of all time. If you're unfamiliar with it, though, those are just Netrunner terms. So in this particular case, an agent's on the table, and there's a lot of comparisons that get drawn between those 2 games. But the most notable thing to me here being represented is the way I win is something that you can put on the table and play with.
Yes. And it is revealed to you, but it's also very powerful. So now there's a lot of tension created because you really want to go steal that agent because that's one of the ways to secure the agent. That's one of the ways you win the game. But also, if it's on the table, you have to pay both its barrier cost and its secure cost to basically take it.
And which agent was this?
And so this is ZZ Zarlo. So for you to get through, if you get down through there and actually encounter that agent, you're going to have to pay 5 to secure it, which you can probably figure out how to do pretty quickly, but then also it slows you down so much that it gives your opponent an opportunity to do their own things to find your agents.
But then if I leave him on the table, what does he do?
So this is a very cool card. First of all, you can always instant exhaust to get a credit.
Yeah, the
Or
shard,
to get
shard
a
icon.
shard, yep. And then you also have this, as you approach a player's network, you exhaust it and they gain a heat.
An extra heat.
Yes. So now one of the tricky things, I think whenever I was playing this, and you'll see this, is that this, as you approach, is going to happen before the opportunity I have to pay for heat.
Yeah.
So it actually is not quite as good as I wanted it to be. I wanted to be able to pay 1 to give you heat and then use this ability to give you a free heat for 2. But you will see that even so, it's very strong having this on the table.
Because specifically when you get to someone's deck or their hand or their archives, you can pay shards equal to how much heat they have plus 1.
Yeah.
So if they have 0, you pay 1, they give them 1 heat. In this case, he gives you the heat before you've had that opportunity.
Yeah.
So you actually still have to pay the 2.
But it would be
makes sense.
particularly strong, for instance, if you had 3 heat already and I roll down there
Yeah.
and I basically get to give you a free one instead of paying 4 shards. That's a massive economic benefit.
Yeah.
All right, start of the refresh. Everything untaps.
And this is the beautiful flow of this game is we have this, what we call the back-to-back. So every other turn, you take the last action and then you also take the first action. And that is so much of what you're trying to build around these moments.
When you're here,
So I set all of that up and then I get to go ahead and my first action run right into your network.
Yeah.
install Street Parade here.
Okay, install a street parade.
Street Parade. So this
We're
has
going to hear about this again, huh?
this has the rush ability, which means you can play it out of hand right in front of me rather than having it already.
Street parade is good.
I agree with myself. Street Parade is good.
I agree with yourself.
And so rather than paying 3 to get through the Street Parade, I just say, okay, I'm stopping. I've only got 4. What's it worth?
Second.
And I don't even know if that's the right, I honestly don't know if that's the right decision. But I did want to take a look at your hand here because a lot of times you're holding that one agent in hand.
Yeah, when I spent my shards on that Street Parade, so the likelihood I could do anything here.
Yeah.
And if you do succeed, you'll get to give me the free heat from your agent. So I think this is pretty smart.
Yeah.
And
Now, here's the forever question. Okay, so I roll in and you can opt to not forge the card. And what's interesting about that is that I can then opt to take a peek at it, to discover it.
Yep.
And a lot of cards have discover abilities that are bad for me.
Yeah.
But it also is an ability to scrap it for cheaper because you don't have to go through the barrier. It's also
Like
an ability to actually see what it is.
Example of this, I have a card in my deck called Prized Gulk. Love this guy. But he's got that little eyeball icon that says Game 1 Shard.
Yeah, I don't want to
So
discover that.
basically, every time you see, anytime this is seen and it's not face up in play, that triggers.
Yeah.
So you see, if you run my deck and you see the top card of my deck and this flips, I get a shard.
Yep.
Hand, same thing, etc. Or if it's face down and I don't forge it, you have the ability. If you look, I get this benefit. So it is risky, but also that card you're not looking at in the first slot could be an agent.
It could be. And that's the tension. And so it's like, I don't know that you should ever look at them. So let's see what happens when I look at this one.
Discover if this card is in your grid, swap 2 cards and engage player's grid.
Okay. Swap me.
So I get to swap 2 cards in your grid because you peeked at this.
I'm gonna do this.
Okay.
I feel like I should have swapped the 2 in the council column.
You maybe should have.
Pay this.
Yeah, maybe should have.
But you
Okay.
would have to pay that to scrap it.
Swap 2 cards.
I do like getting the barbecue gate off of your deck though,
Yeah.
because that's a tax I'm gonna have to keep paying.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I'm approaching it currently.
All right, so consider it discovered. We move past the last one. We don't see it.
So,
And then I hijinxed you.
3, and then
And then you played, what was that, bump and run?
Yeah, I'm trying to grab it. So bump and lift, the little reaction symbol. Yeah, go ahead and pause it. All right.
Check this out.
Are you doing something fancy?
Well, kind of.
Distracted.
So you play the card that is left in your hand, and it basically steals a credit from me, right? The bump and lift.
Yep.
So at this point, I know that there's nothing in your console, your hand, to look at. So there's no reason to continue this any further. But of course, I can optionally still take a look at this thing. And probably am going to, because I've committed to the idea that discovering is the thing I should be doing. I'm not sure if that's true.
You're learning. You're in the experimentation phase.
Yeah, but what I am, you can see I exhausted the scavenger up there, and it's a little premature. But anytime I get to the end of one of your districts, I can exhaust it and then archive the top card of your network into your archives. And so this is kind of my game plan, is basically saying I'm going to slowly kind of take cards. Now there's a street parade over there, so you can see why if I can put a bunch of cards in your archives without having to pay 3 to go look at them, it's a much cheaper exchange for me to go do that.
We'll act like we're pro.
And I did go, I trashed that, or I scrapped that.
Yeah, and that
What was
a,
that?
That was a noodle bar.
Oh,
One of the great cards. So let's pause that for a second.
Oh my
So
gosh,
I
the
remember
noodle bar.
Noodle bar, which you'll see. It'll come up. That card is like goated.
Yeah,
That's a great
It's
card.
an instantly the best card I've
But-
ever seen.
My last turn, or my last action, I was deciding whether or not, I think I was deciding whether or not to flip it and use it. But if I did that, it would be on the table, you have shards, and you could go straight to it and get it. So I
The
passed.
Discover was good here.
The Discover was actually very good.
Yeah.
I thought you wouldn't discover it. And especially after if you are in a Discover mentality, I thought you would discover the first thing.
And then be like, that
And it was
sucked.
bad. And then you're like, I don't want to do that again.
That's usually exactly what I would
Yeah,
do.
but then you just like plowed right through and
Yeah.
looked. And you still had the shards to actually get rid of it. So I took a little bit of a gamble, but I felt pretty good about the thinking behind why I was willing to wait.
Yeah,
Because now if the next turn I flip it and get the 4 shards, now I have the money to res the thing in front.
yeah.
And now you're going to have to pay an even bigger tax, and I've already gotten the money from it.
That'd
But
be so
instead, you
good.
actually just like pro played me right down the line.
It's
So
always good to see you in the run back, you know?
I think that's a good example. You were talking about not being sure it was worth it. And I remember this sitting with me being like, I don't know, man, that was
It is
really
worth
annoying.
it.
Yeah.
And I think I may have, go ahead. I think I may have exhausted that scavenger just for a shard. I don't think I used the
I think you
ability.
did. Yeah, I think you did.
And a shard off of the Seeker there. You'll see that a lot. I have kind of a hard time understanding when and how to use that ability.
Your Seeker's ability.
Yeah.
Over to.
I have a lot I could say about it, actually, that maybe is best suited for like a blog. Not this video.
I think you're going to get the chance.
I think
It's going to keep coming up.
yeah, probably so. So the agent is just on the table, by the way.
I know.
It's just sitting
I don't have the shards. I need 5 shards to take it. That is one of the there's a restricted nature to the actions and the shards in this game. That's a huge cost to pay 5 to take something. And the agent's not going anywhere, by the way.
No, but look, now it's,
Yeah,
oh
I know.
no, now you need more than 5, probably.
But you don't have any shards.
I don't
so
have any
I'm not
shards.
even worried about it yet.
All right, you use your instant to draw there, and that's not to be misunderstood.
I had 1 action left, and this is my back-to-back. So I wanted to know my options. If I have a card draw on the table, I just want to know my options before I commit to a lane.
Yeah. And so I probably feel like I made it out a little bit because I probably really can't forge the thing protecting my agent. But in the next turn, I now have my instance unlocked, and I get 1 credit at the start of the turn. So,
I'm not loving it.
Draw 1.
and if you don't know how to play Hubworld, this is probably like any game. It's gonna be a little bit confusing, but
We're building.
you will learn
Yeah.
over time. Just stick with us.
We did some more kind of this style of video, but how to play.
Street Parade.
Still good.
Yikes.
Here's me reminiscing about Street Parade still being good.
What a mighty, mighty card.
And so what I found with this deck too, Zach, is like you were the primary deck builder on this. Some would say this. So the only
the deck builder.
yeah. But I was having trouble because network card, like a lot of things trigger on network, and it was hard to figure it out.
The game is like that, where it's like, goal is A, but to do A you need B, to do B you need C, and to do C you need A, and it's like, wait a second,
We'll go ahead and
Some real John Madden level insight there. Appreciate that.
Hold on. To be fair, it's circular is the point, which is like a lot of times in a game, the decision tree is like, well, I want to do A, so to do that I have to do B, to do that I have to do C.
Yeah.
But when C is reliant on doing A first, there is no actual right place to start the chain.
So it's a circular strategic decision.
Yeah, it's really
pretty cool.
challenging. So
Yeah.
you were kind of saying you were having a trouble.
Well, like all the things on the board and all the things in my hand and my Seeker, it's all based on making a successful delve on the network,
which is the deck.
which is the deck. And so for you, like what I was finding was like if you just protect the network really well, most of my cards are just like way too expensive to use.
Like the Street Parade.
Yeah, so what it made me think of even just while we were playing this is like when I'm going into deck building the next time, or if I were to change this deck, I would want to spread out those effects a little bit so that I have angles on every part of your districts
Yeah.
rather than being all in. Or I need to have cards that specifically like ignore your network obstacles and stuff so that I can get through.
Or
more
like
effectively.
the card I had that swapped places of things.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you could swap my cards and move all of my barriers off of the thing.
Exactly.
And I do think that this is one of the amazing things about a card game, right? Is the idea you could have a balanced deck where you have some effects on each one.
Mm-hmm.
You could also have I'm all in on the network deck and then run tools to force the issue that you will always be able to get into the network or the archives or whatever it is. But this is the game.
That's the beauty
This is
of the
like
game.
the dance that we love playing.
It's the beauty of the game.
I will noodle bar.
Talk about beauty of the game.
So you instant the noodle. Let's just.
The noodle bar tier 1.
I don't even know what to do with
tier
that.
1 noodle bar. Who would have thought noodle bar would be a tier 1 card in any game?
It's a nice district, Street Parade and Noodle Bar. It's like I would visit.
that's the beautiful thing about Hubworld Aidalon. It's just like it's creating the same drama that I'm used to in in a Netrunner style game, which there's really only 2 of them as far as I know, Netrunner and Hubworld, which makes sense because a lot of the design team is shared, etc. It really makes sense because Earthborn Rangers is an evolution on Arkham and these kinds of co-op games that Fantasy Flight really pushed. And Andrew, who is the founder of Earthborn Games, used to work at Fantasy Flight.
Head of studio
used to be the
for
head of
quite a
studio.
time,
And this, to me, is obviously an evolution of Netrunner. But it is doing that, but it's street parades and noodle shops, Zach.
Yeah, well, I think just to jump on that for a second, like when you say it's like Netrunner, the thing there's some similarities in the delve you could compare to a run and whatnot, but
Hide and seek.
it's the tension created between the 2 players.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so many actual differences. It's crazy how not similar it truly is.
Yeah, definitely a big evolution. It's kind of like Rangers versus Arkham.
Yeah, it's like a total
different.
left turn. But the feeling, it's hard to describe unless you've played Netrunner or Hubworld. That's one thing I'm loving is that all the feelings I loved when I was playing Netrunner, I'm re-experiencing here.
Mm-hmm.
But everything about it is different. So it's a whole new puzzle. But also the idea that one of the best things my deck does is Street Parade and Noodle Bar. Actually, thematically.
know,
like in any other game,
killer
like
combo.
Netrunner as an example, this would be a back alley, or this would be like 8 layers deep into the server of a corporation. and it's,
Corpo,
like, dark
immolation,
and, like, scary,
headquarters,
etc. But literally a street parade got in your way.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like a noodle bar that's making me money.
So much
But
money.
is a problem for you, and you got to like go shut my business down as the cops. By the way, And so the vibe, and I think they in the original designs, like they showed on the Kickstarter, they had the black borders instead of white. I think the art plus the white border too reinforces this like lighter narrative or lighter world. But to have that tension that you feel when you play Netrunner exist in a game like this, where the theme is not also tense, is really cool.
It's a beautiful
really
game
cool.
to play.
And that's
So we've got Rookery Muscle in your way.
and then
What's that do?
It's incredible. So it's 3 to break through it, and then if you don't, you archive the top 2 cards of your network.
have the top 2
Okay.
of this.
Yep.
And here we go.
And you opt not to break the barrier. And now it's just a game of reading your opponent. Oh man! So the noodle bar, I have to trash that or something because
Don't put
it's
past
3
me.
credits for an
But I-
action.
I believe you.
I got noodles on the brain, dude. It's crazy.
It's like a magnet. You can't.
I can how can you can't have 3
Your-
more money than me for the rest of the game.
Your field of
It's
vision
im-
just like
it's
zooms
impossible.
in on the noodles.
It's impossible. Let's start.
I find that happening during commentary too. It's like I'm staring at the noodle bar
just
right now,
can't-
just like
can't not
upset
look.
about it.
The crazy thing to me, a little bit of spoiler, and now we're rewinded, we know what happened here, is how often that is true, but then you get there and then just don't get rid of it.
I know, but
Drives me crazy.
It's too much money.
Every time
also.
my heart's pumping, you're like, I'll pass the noodle bar.
It's
like, oh,
too much money.
Shard in a
Because what you end up doing now, it's also worth noting here. Check this out. So that agent has been on the table now at least 2 cycles.
I know, it's driving me crazy.
So I've gotten 2 shards just off of having it rezzed. If you have to trash it, you're going to pay 5. So that's been 7 shards to my advantage just by having it up. Now I did pay 3 to res it. So you start to do this
and
math. It's beautiful.
If you even one time give me a free heat here, I already have 1, so you'd have to pay 2. Free, now you're saving 2 shards. Or if it's the 3rd heat, you're going to save 3 shards. Like one of those happening, and your math is crazy on this guy.
Except the other thing is every time I use that ability to give you the free heat, I'm losing a
You're
shard that I
spending a
could have
shard,
got.
yeah,
So
yeah.
like let's go. Let's do the math and figure this out. I love
But that's
it.
what I mean. Like that's a kind of similar mathematical conversation you might have with Netrunner.
Yeah.
But as an example, in Netrunner, this would just be an agenda in your hand, taking up a hand slot.
Yep.
And like you might put it on the board, but you really don't ever do that in Netrunner, like unless you're crazy.
It kind of got.
There's times where it makes sense, but the point of it is like this is a usable thing on the board, and my eye is just drawn the whole time of this game. It's like, how do I go get that agent?
it's like a mini boss sitting down there, like, oh, this thing is like really powerful. What do I do?
And sometimes it doesn't even matter.
Meantime, your freaking mini boss is the noodle shop.
Yeah, that's right. I need a name for my noodle bar.
Let's delve.
Okay, so right now, I am going for your deck,
You're gonna get to 7.
Yeah.
and I just want to use my abilities and stuff.
I feel that.
Like, I think I'm supposed to be doing that.
I did
right?
get in that trap a few times with Marvel where I was like, okay, what card can I run past to steal a shard from him, delve
Yeah.
past it, even if it's not the right play?
So check this out. So it just so you know, I have to pay 7 if I want to go through and get through the street parade and trash the noodles.
And if you're going to do that, you want to be able to get 7, give me a free heat, and look at 2 cards.
And
in the
do
deck.
all
and
of
then
that stuff.
have shards to steal an agent if you happen to see one.
And I've got 2 on the. I've really got 3 shards on the table, so I could go do that. But then you can secure the agent for a lot less money. I don't get the ability from Captain Tal. I don't get the ability. So like I'm just like, okay, listen. Maybe the best way to play this game is to go ahead and get the 7 and trash all that. Go through the street parade, trash the noodle bar. Yes, probably that is correct. But that means I can't use any of my abilities that I built the deck around.
The other part, the reason to do it early is there's no agent score. This is going to be there's still a lot of game left potentially. But every turn you don't do it, if the game is about to end, spending 7 to get through and scrap it gets way worse for you.
It's way worse.
Every turn you don't do it.
And I'm thinking, what if you put something in the top slot that's another 2 to 3? And now I got to get to 10 just to get down there. And anyway, so I just make a short-term play, and I'm sure that will not come back to haunt me the long term.
No way. No way.
Instant window on the noodle bar. This is where dreams are made. How many cards you got in here?
Check out. So I could right now. I could.
4?
I could get the 3. I've got the 3 shards.
Well,
I could trash it.
I'm approaching it now before the instant window. Yes.
Good instant window.
I don't care about the noodle bar.
After all this, you're just
After all
skipping the
this,
noodle bar.
we're just gonna grab some noodles and go.
Wow.
I deeply disagree with myself in this moment.
I disagree with you as it was happening, but I was grateful that I get to keep my noodle bar
But
around.
check this out. Look at this.
Card.
So I use the scavenger, archive the top.
Getting to use all your abilities.
Boom.
Gonna approach.
Could have been a shard.
Use towel, archive the top.
Could have been a shard.
Boom. Could have been a shard.
Pay 2
Yeah.
shards for this.
And I'm going to give you a free heat. Could have been
3
a shard,
shards.
which is the same exact thing.
You paid 3 shards to shift 2 cards and give me a heat.
Yeah. Yeah. So like what I'm saying is, as we were talking after the game, many hours later,
And then another one.
And
I'm
now-
not sure it's good ever to do that.
Now, if,
this game.
if you look at the top 2 and those are both 2 agents and you snipe them both, you're the hero.
Yeah, but you could have just seen them on the top of the deck and
I
had the
know.
credits to actually just take them.
Yeah, I was as shocked as you are now.
So then, but here, this, you didn't know this was coming. This is that card that I just played where it's a closed door meeting. So I also archive the top 2 after I do a breach on a network. So I actually moved 4 over.
Yeah. Which the interesting thing on this math is you move forward, but you still have to go see those 4.
I know, that's what I keep saying. It doesn't, now you're seeing what I'm saying. It's like, I
Yeah.
don't think it,
I
and now I go
you
look
are
at
going,
it.
you are going to look. Let's just
So
see
like, I
if you're
think
the
that's
hero or
strictly
not.
wrong now.
Because if you hadn't moved them over and the agents are here, you would have already had them.
I would have already seen them,
Yeah,
and I
so
would
you
have paid
don't-
a little more to steal
Yeah.
them, but I would have had more money to do
and
it
you
with.
instead of tapping, you would have had shards instead of exhausting.
That's right.
So you'd
That's
just be in Agent City.
So I don't know that it's better.
Yeah, like right now, if you see an agent, perhaps that you can't take because you don't have the money,
Yeah.
6 over.
it would be like double bad because you already spent the thing you could have seen it.
Well, I don't have to pay any money to steal them at archives.
Oh, that's like oh,
Oh, but I did just snipe one right
there
there.
it
so I guess
is.
that's okay.
Oh my goodness.
Didn't have to pay
That was the
anything
one
for
I
it.
saw there.
But
Okay, hold on.
you gotta get out of Netrunner. You gotta get out of Netrunner brain here
Okay.
because the fact that I'm not seeing all the cards in archives fundamentally changes
That is
the math.
again. There's 1,000 differences between Netrunner and Hubworld, and this is one of them. Because you just got my Baz Illisk. I think that- it looks like LL.
I get it. It's like Basilisk.
Yeah,
I get it. You're not a D&D
Basilisk.
guy, so you probably don't even know what
Yeah,
that means.
no. But hey, look at his sunglasses. I think are those sunglasses or is that like a no? Anyways,
I think those are something.
So to normally, if you saw him in my grid as an example, or in my hand, or network, and or my council, that's the actual hand, you'd have to pay the scrap cost to take him.
Pay 3, yeah.
If he's on the table and forged, you'd also have to play the barrier cost, which is red.
I have to get through the 2 and then pay the 3.
So you would have seen him on the top of my deck and had to pay 3. And moving him over means that now you saw him and paid 0.
But also, if I had used all of those cards,
To get shards,
To
you'd be in
just
the
get
same
shards.
spot, but you'd have an action left that you didn't have to double my archive.
but I would have 1 fewer shard because I would have had 2 plus 2, but then I would minus 3. So I'd be at 0, but I'd have 1 click, which I could have used to get. So it would have been basically right dead even at this particular moment.
So right now we're even.
But if I had seen 2 agents, didn't work for, but maybe it'll work for me.
And when you're we're delving on archives and looking at cards, it's random. So if you have 2 heat, 2 random cards,
Yeah.
all shuffled up, it's not the whole pile like Netrunner. Have you noted?
All right. So now you're threatening to secure that agent.
Okay.
No res. So you're going to do it.
So
My noodle bar has been profiting year over year like crazy.
Yeah.
I only need 3 to take him.
So you paid 3 to go through, and the rookery muscle, and that is 1 action basically for you to get back with the noodle bar.
Yeah, and important to note with your agent, it's exhausted. So when they're exhausted, you don't have to pay the barrier costs.
That's right.
You don't have to pay the barrier cost to get past the card. You also don't have to pay the barrier cost to secure the agent.
Hey everybody! Like all card gamers, we only have a loose understanding of the rules, and we barely read any of the cards. But I will say that this particular rule we were told wrong early on and during the kind of playtest session, so
That's on Andrew.
it's not on us. Anyway, that rule that you have to basically pay the barrier cost to secure an exhausted agent is the correct rule. So think about like anytime a card is exhausted, you can optionally confront it or you can just skip it entirely. If you do decide to confront it, then you have to pay the confront costs and the barrier costs before you can then pay the scrap cost. So if it's like a standard card, resource, etc., you can optionally confront it and then pay all the normal stuff like you would. If it's an agent, that same thing is true. So you can optionally confront it and then you need to pay the barrier cost to then pay the scrap cost to then secure it. So Zach owes me some money.
So in this particular game, I should have spent a few more shards to secure this agent, and I didn't. And that may put a little bit of an asterisk on this game. I don't know. We'll see how the math ends up out. And while we're here, I wanted to let you know Hubworld is now available to order on our website. If it's anywhere near the time of posting this video, it's probably a pre-order for the first set. And if it's any time after that, it's just whatever is actively available for Hubworld.
That's right. You've been marketed.
Enjoy.
So in this case, I'm getting a discount because you've used
Yeah, everything. Yeah, I don't like any of it, honestly.
This was a good turn for me, I think. I kept the noodle bar. I got the money from the noodle bar. Taking the agent.
It all ended. Oh, you trashed the barrier. That's very good. You have so much money from the noodles that you can actually do that.
I got that noodle money.
Happens. I'm going to go ahead and res a creative accountant.
Oh, creative accountant.
I love this card.
Yeah, that seems good. Okay. Then I'm
What? Why am I? Why is it? Was it this? Why is it ASOS Pawn Shop? Why do I don't know why. I
You
love
just
it.
value, man. You like weird value.
Basically,
So you get to take that, and then I get to use the creative accountant to gain 2 if I'd like.
Because you had a card leave play,
I think I'd still rather have 2.
and we're both at 1 agent, so it's tied, and we're going to 3.
Yeah.
3 total.
You've got a better board setup. You've got obstacles, and you've got money.
Whereas at 1, I may not because I'm
But
not-
you have a couple extra cards in my archive.
I do. If there's 2 agents over there, you're done, dude. All
Yeah, it is true.
top 2.
1.
right, and then you do get to see the top 2 as well after
Yeah,
all
'cause
that
you got the
trashing.
heat, Yeah.
Like you could see agents here too, and just be
Important to
like,
remember, discover icon here triggers.
See?
So there are hazards to looking besides just,
there are, and then you get to steal a freaking shard.
yeah,
was my third
well,
action.
that's just the deck, you know?
I'll draw a card with this.
Economy is important. It's important in all things.
Games,
Games,
life,
life.
etc.
Shard?
What is that? What is that face down card I've got up there?
I don't have a clue.
If
I
you
think
don't
it's a
and I
barbecue.
don't,
I think
then-
it's a barbecue.
I think I would have put it up last time though,
Play this here.
unless I just didn't have the cash.
Little salad, basically.
You would have had it. I don't know what it's doing.
Delve here.
I'm gonna. So here's what I've done. Hold on. I've decided. Okay, so this is like really my second game playing this deck.
Yeah.
Which shows. I don't have a game plan.
Now, it's the second time I played my deck, and it does not show.
No, it doesn't show at all.
specifically.
No, because it's just a straight line from me having no money to you having all the money,
Yeah.
and the rest will take care of itself.
What's the something about the beats and the time travel and the? Anyways, carry on.
But I'm playing an interesting ability. which is hard to factor. Like,
I mean, I hand selected and customized this deck for you.
it's perfect. Yeah, because I'm just like worried about it all the time.
And it's like a puzzle that's not solvable.
Yes.
Right? Like, and it's like, this is
You did it.
Steven coded.
You did it perfect.
Front to back.
Okay, so this is a good idea if you have another agent in your archives,
Which you couldn't possibly know.
which I couldn't possibly know.
Unless you were reading me. Again, it's that Netrunner feeling. It's like you're playing the person,
if-
not the game.
But if you do have it, now I get to actually start to realize a discount. I spend one action, and maybe I save 4 shards from something I don't have to get the old-fashioned, secure the old-fashioned way.
And the important note is, like, if you look at the cards I have protecting my archives, there's no barriers.
Yeah,
So these are just like, you take a delve, there's no risk, you get to see the thing.
there's no risk.
Super easy way to give me heat and actually see cards you haven't seen before.
Now,
It
if I-
could have otherwise been on the top of my deck.
And if I could also compress this and have cards that whenever I hit archive successfully, things happen, that would also
That would be
good.
very good, yeah.
But the other question you have to ask yourself is, what if you put all these cards in archives and never delved? And the whole point was to just run your opponent out of deck.
I do think that's a way to play this deck.
If that is my strategy, I have wasted 2 actions.
Yeah, you've been
so
delving.
far.
Yeah. I mean, you wasted it. You did get an agent.
But that doesn't matter if my
Because
win
that's not
con
your
is
win
you.
condition,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But it's important, I find, to build a deck and then not know the strategy going in and then pivot between 2 strategies during the course of the game.
Won't do anything.
It's like this age-old advice to definitely fight a war on 2 fronts.
Both fronts. As many fronts as you
As
can
many
find.
fronts, actually, as you can get. How many strategies can we get into this deck?
And kind of just decide on the fly.
That's how I feel about Nick's automaton deck in sorcery. It's like, I thought this was a dragon deck.
I think so.
And then I discovered this card in the archive, which is even worse because now you just get
There's the Gulk.
you get a free Gulk money.
Gulks and noodles, man.
Good.
What my economy's built on.
Okay.
Horses and noodle
What a
bars.
time we're living in. Yeah, I love it.
Okay, so that was basically not only bad, but it was good for you. It was completely bad for me entirely.
Yeah.
Entirely.
Look at this brick wall.
I
that's
spent an
being set
action
up.
to give you a shard. It's actually unbelievable when you think about it in retrospect, how bad that ultimately is.
So good.
But you'll just take an action gain 3, dude. What is happening?
Oh, just some more noodles getting served.
I think I should have trashed that.
Not even question. Like, I can't. It's mind-boggling still. Okay, so here's the reality of this. Like, we had played.
Why do we watch these back, man? It's breaking the illusion that I'm good at anything.
We have played so many card games together, right? And like, you've done in that first like 2 turns, you did 2 major things that, based on my knowledge of playing games with you,
We know better.
Like, you did not trash the noodle bar, just scrap it.
But I knew normally would.
I couldn't process it at the table. But you also then just like discovered every face down card that first time to get rid of the first noodle bar. So on the one hand, you're like crazy behavior that's totally unexpected. Got rid of the first noodle bar.
I could have gotten rid of the second one, and then there's no more noodle bar.
Then I'm out of noodles.
End of noodle bar.
It's amazing though. Just how many. It's crazy that you made those choices, but the game is presenting you with a lot of choices.
Yeah, it is.
In a good way, I think.
Yeah, and I just
it's
want
not
you-
clear.
Sometimes you just want to see the abilities fire and see how it feels, you know?
You were just too drawn in by the cards and the theme.
Yeah, there's nothing in there.
Okay. Yeah, those are good cards. I mean, you're running good cards. That's
So I do get to identify that you are a good deck builder, which is good.
At least one of the decks.
I'm gonna.
And then we got the instant pile up here at the end of the turn. Looks like I'm going to get 2 shards for that.
I have a concern that I won't be able to get away from the noodle bar.
Because the noodles.
I don't know that competitive players will be able to.
Well,
how many pips is it?
I guess I'll go ahead and do that. We'll draw 2.
The noodle bar is 2 pips.
Oh no, that's too few. It's got to be 4.
And also, to scrap it, you have to add a card in your grid to your council.
It's
which
gotta
is
be.
good when you got the collector.
Maybe we can get that fixed before this thing goes to print.
Yeah. Dude, look at this art, though.
That may be a 6 pip card.
Yeah, I don't know about that. You haven't seen the 6 pip cards yet.
Ooh, that's true.
Seriously. I built these both as 4-2 on the color split, partially because some of those 6 pips are just like...
Yeah, just like, this is just fundamentally changing everything. Okay, so we're back in the action. 1 agent each.
Look at these board states, though.
You've got
2 heat
more
each.
money, but we're kind of similar.
I'm finding that I need more money. You're finding that as well?
I have not been low on money.
Yeah, you gimped my deck.
I own a small noodle shop.
Yeah, just
on
crazy.
the south side of town.
We're gonna go ahead and.
I think I should have trashed that noodle.
Oh, I can't even.
I'm going back in. Maybe I'll trash it this time.
We need to have like Zoran or Hamilton watch this and just mathematically explain how bad that
That's
is.
what I'm saying though. Like the math, sometimes you just need to be boring and
look
like
out.
not boring. Just forget the math, use the abilities, see what happens. Maybe it sparks. I learned a lot from doing it.
That is the most important thing.
I'll exhaust,
This is like-
pay one.
Such an early game of this game for us.
Yeah.
In a year, I won't be able to beat you.
So you throw the obstacle up. I bounce off of it.
Here.
I'm doing.
No, I'm not bouncing. I keep going. What is that? Can you tell me what that is? You
Uh,
have it in your deck?
yeah, pause it real quick. Let me find this thing.
Okay, hold on. Let's find the card.
That card is Higher Lookout, so you'll have to exhaust a card in your back row, which you did. Otherwise, you would have gained a heat. It has Refund 1, which means if it gets sent to archives, I get 1 back, and then it has 1 barrier cost, which you paid to get past it.
Yeah, so you have to pay that. You're gonna have to play the parade, and then if you want to trash the noodle bar, like it's so expensive for you.
Yeah. The noodle bar isn't happening. It's here forever.
Okay.
Yeah, it is like the closer you get to the end of the game, the worse it is to spend the resources on that.
Check it out though. Watch these abilities fire, baby.
Here he goes.
I mean, it's -2 shards, sure, but like,
And then
there's the cards over there.
I do think it's very possible for your deck to go all in on just decking. Me.
Yeah, I think
which
so.
is cool because then you don't actually
Play the game.
have to like do normal things.
Yeah. And the cool thing is you do have to still play the game. They tied the abilities to actually delving. Oh, and another closed door meeting. So that's 4 cards off the top, baby.
I need to play cards to use them.
yeah. See there. Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
That
There is like a light downside to the noodles. Mm-hmm. You have to have a 3-card hand or smaller.
yeah.
And the risk there would be if you have a small hand and you're 2 or 3 heat, your opponent can almost always just see your whole hand.
Yeah, true.
If you had things to force me to draw, that would be annoying.
I think there's a lot of play coming down the design pipeline for this style of deck. I think I'm really excited about
I'm really
it.
excited for you to look at all the cards and actually just homebrew your own deck.
I'm ready.
For
Well,
It's like a Barbican Gate, if I'm not mistaken. One of our favorites.
BBQ.
You're just going to exhaust to not give me 2.
2.
okay. And then I'm gonna opt not to forge. Would you like to discuss?
Man, that's one of those preview deck cards. The Dragon's Horde? Yeah, the Dragon's
Dragon's
Horde.
Horde is good.
Money machine makes other things cost more to scrap.
1.
You're accessing 3 cards.
Any discover abilities I should know about?
I'm looking for the eyeballs. Keep going.
That is a weird. It's a weird part of the game where it's an honor system thing. Is there a cipher on there?
No.
Sergeant is a Sergeant Cole.
Pass to you. God, no.
Did you see an agent just then?
I think so, yeah. I just don't think I had what I needed.
You didn't have the cipher or whatever?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Sergeant Cole, but I'm not sure. You mentioned it as
Yeah.
a thing. So the cipher is an extra cost you have to pay to secure a card if it's listed down there in the purple box.
All right, so I'm looking at your archives again because, if there's agents there, you can score them.
Yeah. If
Any amount of money is going to keep me out of that.
Now, one of the things that is notable is if there wasn't an agent in the cards I just saw, you just drew a card, so it's helping me, but you sort of just have to wait. Unless I can find a way to give you a lot more heat. But at this point, to give you 1 more heat, it's 4 shards. It's so expensive.
Yeah.
I will exhaust
And you're going back in.
here. Pay 1 for the gate.
You got it.
Yeah.
Back into the,
Perhaps I now have what I need.
you've
From
set
a
up
cipher.
the thing you need for the cipher.
The action I took since the last delve was just I played that card down in Archives Lane.
That sure looks right.
No discover.
Okay, and
to
nothing
go.
here. Yeah. Do you have what you need now
I
to?
think so. I maybe was supposed to res. Keep going. Okay, I will
You can
exhaust
res if you need
here
to.
and take coal.
It was cool.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where like
And then
I knew I needed a card there to do the thing. And I was actually, as you were revealing, I was like, oh no, it may be, because some of the times it'll say a forged card.
yeah.
So you have to actually have forged it.
Yeah.
Fortunate for me, I
readies.
didn't need to,
Yeah, I already exhausted.
which means I didn't waste the delve.
Let's get a shard.
So let's assess the board here a little bit. You've got 2 agents to my 1. You've got a little bit more shards and certainly more econ generation on the table. Your grid is full, so that's actions banked into that.
Well, and 6 of my cards are forged, 3 of yours are forged.
Yeah. So the tempo of the game here is in your favor for sure, but we do have a pile in archives that could potentially hold agents, as well as a pile on your deck, of course.
Well, and look how thin my deck actually is.
Yeah, it's what I'm wanting to know is like, I wonder how close I am here. I'm protecting my deck with basically all of my resources because that is likely how you're going to win the game. If I don't have an agent in hand, then it's just a matter of time before you find it on the top of the deck.
Yeah, and pressure's on because I'm on game point.
Yes.
If I find an agent and take the agent, secure it, I win.
And something, my best out is probably, maybe you have 2 agents in your archives. If I can hit that a couple of times, I can steal them for free. That's going to be a better economic exchange than trying to make it down and then still have enough left over to steal an agent.
That's a big ask.
Yeah, it's a big ask.
Especially without any noodle bars on your side of the
I need
board.
more money.
Let's gain 2.
Well, there's your money.
Once that econ advantage starts rolling, it's crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll exhaust here and pay.
You learn so much. I would play this about 5 more times.
Here, I will not forge that.
I got 1 shard, so like you can't be terribly scared.
Yeah, there's only so much you can. I mean, you can exhaust to get shards and do something. Like you're doing it now.
Yeah.
Do you have any instants? I'm going to gain 1 and then I'll pass.
I'm good.
Okay. Let's go.
And there's a whole how the instants work that you can look up when you're playing.
Cash
Yeah.
few.
And there's the Hive.
And then
Love this card.
counter it. I'm going to
This is one of the best cards in my deck, actually.
You got it.
So it's 2 to get through, so it's a good little piece of barrier, but also you remove 1 whenever you encounter it and then archive the top card of your network.
It comes with 2
So basically,
tokens.
so I immediately remove a token and archive the top card.
Yeah, I mean, you're
It's getting
it's
close.
a deckable situation.
That's really just a great value for 2 and the 2 barrier and the ability.
over here. Instant to gain 1.
Ooh, that's fancy.
Instant for above the noise. I'm going to archive this.
Oh, nice. Archive a card, play above the noise, archive a card, remove the heat, gain 2 for the... That is a Rube Goldberg way to make like a 1 credit.
access.
But it
mean,
also
that-
denies you a card that you would see.
Yeah, and you spent. Yeah,
But like it's delaying at least a turn, I think.
I hope it's not the game winner chicken dinner.
well, and the removal of heat is like how many cards are you going to stop me from seeing now? And the less heat I have, the less I would want to dive back in
I'm going to run.
because your cards are going to change slowly.
Let me just take a peek.
There's 1 in
All
there.
right, so now you're looking at your archives.
Hopefully there's 2 and I get them both.
Not nervous at all.
We know you can't really like win in a bit. You'll see maybe 1 extra card.
Unless you're sneakily hiding one of those agents in your hand.
You could pay for more heat. Yeah, I could be sneakily hiding an agent. Although you may have locked it.
I'm pretty sure I know all your cards
Yeah.
at this point. Or I knew when I was sitting at the table.
Okay.
All right, Fade into the Crowd.
Fade into the
Love
crowd.
this
That's a card. It's a swapper, right?
That is a card. Fade to the Crowd says, instant speed, swap 2 cards in your grid. So I get to
Okay,
move
so-
the parade over, which is a pretty big signal.
That's a pretty big signal, but it's also, you know that that's probably the only way I could win this game. So it makes sense that you would protect it. Even if it's not there, we both know that that's the only way that I could conceivably win.
Yeah. And in the like, oh, dude, this is another one of those tricks.
Threading through another swap. Okay.
So this lets me shift a card in my grid. And shift is not swap. So swap can swap any place.
Mm-hmm.
Shift is literally one block of
And they
movement,
do
card
swap
interaction.
if there's 1 card there, right? They do swap.
I feel like that means
So that's beautiful. You just totally rearranged your grid so that archives is now very well defended.
Yeah. And in true game theory, it's like, well, maybe there are agents there. But if not, it makes it look like there are.
And now maybe my win con is scooping 2 off the deck because you've got 2 barrier costs over there is the only thing that's stopping me.
okay.
I am delving on your network, your council.
Res here, forge here.
And if I don't have an agent, this is good for me, right? It's just a waste of time.
Yep. I assume I have a good reason to be doing this.
In the instant window.
I would definitely look. I think you should look at the
One of
hand.
the reasons right now is if you don't spend your money, I can steal 1.
Yep.
Because I only have 1 shard.
Anyone?
That's beautiful. So I use the instant window to forge a thing, which means you don't have less than me, which means you can't hit your Marwo ability.
Yep.
Or some of that stuff.
And that's giving me information.
Yeah.
I
Past him.
Okay.
It's pretty cool, little mechanical exchange there.
Yeah.
All right, you see an econ card that I wish was in play.
Verifying.
You kept me from playing it though, and then rezzing it and getting it.
At this point, too, it's really tough because installing like a 2-for-1 econ card, it's hard to imagine it paying off in time.
Zach,
Yes.
we're gonna go with the safe plan. I'm just gonna gain a card.
It's the same math on now scrapping the noodle bar.
Yeah, you would never.
It's like it's too late.
Yeah. The damage is done.
That's it.
It's probably made you 9 to 12 shards.
I'm pretty sure I've done it 4 times.
Card,
About to be 5.
shards.
Yeah.
No.
So 15 minus inaction, no res cost, right?
Right, I'm gonna rez.
0. Yeah.
All right. Exhaust.
But I did spend an action all those times. So technically, if I use it 5 times and get 15, I spent 5 that I could have just gotten
That's true.
shards with that.
Yeah,
So
we
it's
got the old Netrunner math.
worth
Yep.
10 hypothetically.
I won't do anything there.
All right, so I switched focus here to deck because it's the only thing that I can actually
Yep.
pay to access.
Well, and your abilities all trigger off of the deck.
Yeah.
Go ahead and go 1.
So
Before we do that, approach. Discard the top.
Yeah, I'm
There
gonna.
it is.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so now we're in the deck.
He's-
Zach.
he's chosen a strategy.
Uh-oh. We've switched.
Resolve the card's printed ability.
Okay, so we see a discover
My
icon.
thing. I do not. So nothing happens.
If you have fewer shards, things would happen, but you do not, so
Yeah.
that's good.
You noted it earlier in one of your comments, but basically, discover icons being a honor system.
Yeah.
When it's particularly when it's coming from your network.
Yeah. Now, if you're a pro player, you track the cards, and then you draw the card, and you're like, oh, they didn't resolve the discover, and
Yeah, that's gonna be hard to catch though.
yeah. And I think you're down to what, 4 or 5 cards in your deck?
Yeah, it's a thing. I think it's 2.
No.
I think I have like a turn left basically.
Completely saying it.
Yeah, not telegraphing.
Completely
At all.
saying it.
I think you're giving me a signal that there are agents in the archives.
Yeah, there are.
in his hand?
You could just win the game if you get the right things.
Gain 2.
But you have to have a lot of money.
Well, and I'm so poor that I had to basically overwrite one of my money generating cards so that I
cash-
could get 2
That's so funny.
from the councilman.
Not good. Heart of the cards, baby.
I'm just stacking up noodle credits.
Yeah.
Guys.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna just check because it could be 2 agents there, and I could win. So it's worth checking.
Yeah, game is on.
3 for the noodle shop, and we'll at least see what other kind of barriers you might have.
Already forge a silkline sky cab.
Okay.
So
Silkline Skycap. So you saw one of these earlier.
Yeah,
When you engage with it, I can swap 2 cards in
one to get
parade.
through.
Yeah, it's 1, but
some say it's the same
It was the
parade.
first. Okay, and then I'll smash into the parade.
so you pay to get through the parade, then hit the skyline, then I move the parade back. So you're gonna have to get through the parade again to get to my archive.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And
It's beautiful. The parade just got on the skyline and just got off at the same stop I was
The
on.
old Skycab. It's hilarious.
So that's
Actually,
bad. That's really bad. for
Thematically,
me.
I love that story for me.
Yeah.
Decisions to make.
You just pay 3 and then do nothing. Love that.
Do that.
Love that.
Money well spent. Money well spent.
Gain 3.
You contributed to the parade and the celebratory. It's good for the city.
I will.
Yeah, you need money, really. I mean, that's the story of the game. You need money.
And we'll go here.
It's a game of economy.
So
All right, so you're going in on the deck, so you're going to go ahead and take another look, and
I guess you can.
Trying to
I do not have anything.
close her out,
yeah.
I will.
You got 3 heat at this point. I've got shards.
Exhaust.
You got shards. And I'm going to try to make sure like my credits are right so they can't steal stuff too.
So I'm exhausting the noodle bar in relation to the barbecue because I think I have a full hand, and I'm not gonna be able to play down to even be able to use a noodle bar.
Nice. Yeah, because your grid's full, so it's kind of like.
3.
And then you pay 3. You already paid 3?
All right, so you paid some.
Dang, you got a lot of money.
You paid some money to get through there.
Yep.
Okay, now
It's not free.
question is, I think you've seen this card,
I think I have seen the top card.
but is it an agent? Because I could draw it. So I'm either getting you closer or further away.
So Steven's choice. That's a classic Steven's choice.
Now the thing is, though, even if I
It's a big question.
Looking at it now, what do you think the right call is?
I don't think you draw the card.
I don't think so.
You don't
either.
have enough information to assume that it's...
Assuming it was an agent that I couldn't take.
It's fine. Let's find out.
You made the right call, I think.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Be funny. Agent. Game over.
I have not. I don't think so.
Are you gonna steal it?
New cards. I gotta see 3.
Second. Wait, do you want to give me heat?
No, I don't have the cash money for that.
I mean, you technically have it.
I'll pay 4 and take that one.
Ah, no.
Dr. Twilight.
Oops. Good job.
Oh man.
Okay. How
All
many
right.
cards in your deck? 3?
3 cards in my deck. Yeah.
So next turn I ditch 1. What are the other 2 cards?
Ditch 1. No agents.
Yeah, so too much. It costs too much.
So I have
It costs too
2
much to get.
in my discard. Mm-hmm. And I have 2 in my hand.
Yeah, your hand probably should have been the... Although Kryzar can come out.
Yeah, so I can sneak him and... Did you know he was in my hand?
I didn't know that Kryzar was. No.
He's also expensive. So a lot of times you have to make through.
Yeah.
And for a while, I actually had defense here. Mm-hmm. And I have another Skyline swap. So depending on what's going on. So this one is the easy one to get. Mm-hmm. I thought about putting that down a few
Once
times.
he's in the hand, yeah.
Yeah, because there's just 2 in hand.
Ew. You were close to having a bad time until you hit Gargula. But yeah, that's about the even distribution.
Yeah, that was I liked.
The problem was the money.
Here's my takeaways from this game. First takeaway, Noodle tier 1.
Noodle is unbelievable.
The Noodle bar is goated.
I think there was a number of times in that game I could have, and it came back to haunt me.
Yeah, you're like very early on. You could have gotten
kind of.
But, yeah,
I couldn't. I was 1 off because you res the thing that cost 1.
I love that you had an agent in play basically for the whole game. Mm-hmm. Or
at the very
beginning.
The very beginning,
and that it's not just a negative like agendas would have been in Netrunner, just kind of dead card in your hand. It was a useful asset.
It was super good to have them too, and it's just kind of like spend the money.
So your thoughts?
Having watched it back beyond what we said throughout the video, I think the 2 things that stick out the most to me. The first one is the Discover icon / rule / mechanic. Mm-hmm. That is a really clever thing to have all throughout the game in a game that is about finding hidden face down information.
Yeah.
And then the second one is very subtle, but the back and forth nature of the actions, I actually think creates a similar but different kind of tension to Netrunner. And it's hard to appreciate how much different that is. Mm-hmm. But then once you start playing it, that back-to-back 1 moment you get is actually so important.
It's massive.
My main takeaway here was love building decks, love playing. I'm somehow only more excited about this game after having played it. How about you?
My main takeaway is that I think this is the most stunning art and graphic design that I've seen in a very long time. And it's a different style, and it's just so Earthborn, and it's so fun to look at and nice to see on the table that I was sometimes getting lost in just how much I loved the way the cards looked on the board.
Yeah.
I do think that one of the critical tensions is you're actually having to defend while you're playing offense as well. Mm-hmm. And that becomes very difficult. It's a big strain on your economy. And so I think us finding the right ratio of economy cards to non-economy cards is important. Kind of getting around what is really worth trashing and scrapping and what isn't.
Well, and maybe more specifically, when.
And I also think it's great. All different kinds of seekers are doing very different things. I was playing a very different game than you were. And I think if I had committed to, can I build the deck and play the deck in a way that I'm just here to defend myself, make it really expensive to get through, maybe trash as much of your economy as I can, don't worry about accessing cards at all, and just try to run your deck out. That probably is a viable strategy, even now out of the first set.
Yeah, and again, it's that dance where you're starting to figure out all these fundamentals about the game, and then starting to explore what's possible, which is, can you actually routinely deck someone and not worry about all that stuff, and what's the extreme? You mentioned it earlier, but the reality that you could have a deck that really focuses on a single district or is more balanced is hinting at just essentially how much is here. And I do think it is such a massive switch to be on offense and defense both. That is,
It's big.
yeah, it's almost like from a design perspective, and it'll keep getting compared to Netrunner, but like it got wider in all the right ways and narrower in all the right ways too. Like the grid is being a limited space of boards and not an infinite number of servers and all that kind of stuff. So there's a little more rails than Netrunner, where it's way more just like
Yeah.
kind of do the thing.
Brings a different puzzle.
Yeah,
For sure.
it's really fascinating because I think it would be really easy to have a game like Netrunner, right? And you see this with Magic all the time, and just make something slightly better, different theme, make the game. And to me, that's not what this. The more we dive into it and playing Constructed, it's not that at all. It is. It's capturing that same tension between the players, but radically different.
It's going in different directions.
Yeah, really
And
cool.
I'll tell you one direction that I love that I experienced this game is that all of these abilities that were archiving cards. So we're talking about like, yeah, I could just like mill you out and win. All of them were tied to successful delves.
Love that.
So like
Encouraging you to play the game. You can't just check out completely.
It's not just like, oh, I just put on the cards that say archive,
Yep.
archive, and then I win. It's like I still have to engage with your districts to do my game plan. And I think that is the way to do mill if you're going to do it.
Yeah, love that.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
Catch you next time.